old. I am from TCS, Pakistan. I like to play with baby dolls. My question is, why do we celebrate World Red Cross Day?
Thank you, Arfia. You like baby dolls. I tell you what I'll do. I will send you a Red Cross doll, okay? A bear, a little bear. You can add to your baby doll collection. Why do we celebrate World Red Cross Day? Red Cross was started by a man called Henry Dunant. He saw a war that was happening in a place called Solferino, and he saw the suffering of the people there. And because in a war where two sides are fighting, nobody can go in to help the people who are injured. So Henry Dunant had a good idea. He decided to bring together the people in the village. They were not soldiers. They carried a flag with the Red Cross on it to show that they are not on either side, and they went in to help the people. That started the idea of the Red Cross. So the Red Cross is there to help people who are vulnerable, who are in trouble, who are disadvantaged. So World Red Cross Day is to continue to remind us that we live in a world that is not perfect. There will always be problems. Whether there will be wars, there will be poverty, there will be people who are in trouble, and the Red Cross is an organization that is there to help these people. And that is why World Red Cross Day is very important. It continues to remind us that we are all humanity and we must come together to help humanity.